Hello everyone, welcome to today's Lunch and Learn session, protecting your unoccupied property and all things Vasek. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Shauna Morlese and I will be co-hosting this session with my colleague Czekalskyj. So just a bit of housekeeping before we begin. This webinar is being recorded and will be available to you after the session. Microphones will be muted, but you can submit your questions in the chat facility during the live Q&A session. And finally, if you'd like to arrange a meeting or a call with us or a member of the business development team, then send a request to contact@vasek.co.uk. So let's start by introducing ourselves. My name is Shauna. Like I said, I'm a business development manager and part of the Gallagher broker distribution team. I've worked with Vasek for over 16 years as an account exec dealing with property owners' products, and then as a business development manager since 2016. I'll hand over to you.
So like Shauna, I've been at Vasek for 16 years now. Started as an account exec in 2010, dealing with the UK property owners risk that we have, before overseeing our overseas product, Insure My Villa, in 2011, and becoming a business development manager in 2016. So the learning objectives today you will go through is you'll get an introduction to Vasek Insurance and why unoccupied insurance is important. You'll gain an in-depth understanding of our unoccupied property products and key industry trends with statistics and case studies. You'll discover the routes to market. You'll meet our broker distribution team, and you'll develop an understanding of our underwriting and claims handling offering.
So who are Vasek Insurance? So we're an NGA. We were founded in 1998 in response to a gap in the market for unoccupied property insurance that gave a wide level of cover. With capacity provided by HCC, our product range has expanded over the years, but focus has always been on those hard-to-place risks. We're based in Nottingham and we currently have around 65 employees within our team. We were acquired by Gallagher's in 2019, but have maintained our identity in the property insurance market. And on the screen, you will see a testimonial from one of our satisfied brokers, highlighting why they enjoy working with us.
So Vasek doesn't just stop at unoccupied property insurance. We offer a broad range of property owners insurance solutions that are tailored to meet your clients' diverse needs. Whether it's landlord insurance, holiday home cover, commercial occupied properties, portfolios, blocks of flats, or legal expenses and rent guarantee, Vasek can offer flexible solutions. We're backed by 2 A+ rated capacity providers, and brokers can easily find cover through the Vasek online portal or via the Actress software platform, making the process easy and seamless.
With delegated authority, Vasek's Nottingham-based team includes skilled in-house underwriters and an in-house claims team. Unlike many competitors, Vasek keeps everything under one roof. So we don't outsource claims handling to third parties. Instead, we employ our own dedicated loss adjusters who have authority to settle claims on the same day where possible. This hands-on approach is designed to resolve claims quickly and efficiently. And with a net promoter score of +60, Vasek prides itself on customer service. From underwriting to claims, every step of the process is designed to deliver a smooth, hassle-free experience.
So there are a number of reasons why property could become unoccupied, due to the occupier passing away, being in between tenants, or undergoing works, or even up for sale. Most standard property insurance has a maximum unoccupancy period of 30 to 60 consecutive days, after which covers are normally restricted or excluded at a time when a loss could be more significant.
Perils such as fire, theft, malicious damage, and escape of water can become more likely when premises are left vacant, which could result in large financial losses for your client. So let's highlight a few of the key risks associated with unoccupied properties. So we have theft and burglary, Unoccupied properties are prime targets for theft as there's no one present to deter intruders. So items such as copper wiring, piping, fixtures or appliances are often stolen. Vandalism. So vacant properties are vulnerable to graffiti, broken windows and other forms of vandalism, which can lead to costly repairs and a decline in property value.
There's also the risk of fire damage. Fires can occur due to arson, electrical faults or unattended maintenance issues. Without regular monitoring, fires can spread quickly and cause extensive damage. There's water damage. Leaks or burst pipes can go unnoticed for extended periods, leading to significant water damage or mould. And weather-related damage, storms, floods or extreme weather can cause structural damage, especially if the property is not maintained.
Then we have structural deterioration. So lack of regular maintenance can lead to issues such as roof leaks or foundation problems. And there's also just an increased risk of undetected issues. So problems such as gas leaks, electrical faults or pest infestations may go unnoticed without regular inspections. Therefore, it's important to ensure that your client is covered with a suitable unoccupied property policy.
So let's dive into the rising trend of unoccupied homes in the UK and uncover key insights from Vasek's claims data over the past 3 years. As previously discussed, unoccupied properties present unique challenges. Therefore, understanding the trends and claims data that helps us better assess and manage these risks. In 2025, there were 542,276 unoccupied homes registered in the UK. This represents an 8% increase compared to 2024. This growth highlights a rising concern for insurers, as unoccupied properties are more vulnerable to the risks such as theft and vandalism. The increase could be attributed to various factors, such as changes in housing demand, economic conditions, or delays in property sales or rentals. Over the past 3 years, the average claim paid out by Vasek for unoccupied properties was £15,500. It underscores the importance of having insurance coverage for such properties.
So our largest claim received under an unoccupied policy during this period was a staggering £899,000, which demonstrates the potential severity of risks associated with unoccupied properties. So high valued claims like this often result from significant incidences such as fire, floods, or extensive vandalism. And these figures reinforce the need for a robust risk management strategy and tailored insurance solutions to mitigate potential losses. So for property owners, it's essential to take proactive measures to secure unoccupied properties, such as installing security systems, maintaining the property, and ensuring compliance with insurance policy requirements. At Vasek, we specialise in providing tailored insurance solutions and risk management strategies to address these challenges effectively.
As we all know, parts of the joys of living in the UK is its changeable weather. And I'm sure we've all been caught off guard by a sudden cold snap. This runs the risk of pipes freezing and bursting due to the sudden drop in temperature. Even a small leak from a pipe could cause a considerable amount of damage. To avoid the upset and financial burden caused by an escape of water, it is crucial to take proactive steps to winterproof an unoccupied property during the colder months. We suggest that our clients either do a mini or a full drain down in order to protect their property and belongings. This advice is included within our policy wordings so the clients can refer back to it.
Alternatively, where the property has a gas or oil-fired central heating system with automatic controls and a separate thermostat, they can have this on continuously and not timed and at no less than 12 degrees Celsius. It would also be good practice to insulate any external pipes. And typically, Vasek would state that the property would have to be visited every 30 days and records kept. However, during the winter months, this is required every 14 days. And for our commercial properties, the inspections are required to be undertaken every 7 days throughout the year.
So for many brokers, when you think of unoccupied insurance, they think of Vasek. And we provided a solution for over 900 UK brokers in 2025. So let's take a deep dive into the unoccupied property policies Vasek can offer you and your clients.
So we're kicking off with Vasek's most popular unoccupied policy, which is unoccupied residential. We can cover a number of unoccupied scenarios, such as awaiting sale, awaiting tenants, or due to works, owners going into a nursing home, or if they've passed away. Once the property is on cover with us, we don't stipulate how long it can be unoccupied for, which can be a great comfort where the property is empty due to the owner being in a nursing home, or if the property has been on the market for an extended period of time.
We have a maximum building sum insured of £2.5 million at new business, and we can also provide cover for contents, or you can select a contents only policy. The choice is yours. Policies can be tailored to suit the duration of an occupancy, with options for 3, 6, or 12 months. And also there's the ability to extend the policy if the property remains unoccupied for longer than expected. This can be the case when the property is either up for sale or undergoing works, for example.
Our policies are flexible, so if the property becomes occupied by tenants mid-term, we can simply just process a mid-term adjustment, meaning continuation of cover and no need to set up a new policy. We don't restrict to flee as standard, but the option is available alongside the full cover. With regards to properties undergoing works, we can provide cover from where they may be just doing some light internal renovations, right through to if there are structural works being undertaken.
So our in-house limit for works is around £100,000. However, for properties held in trust, we are able to consider higher amounts. This can be a highly effective solution in instances where properties have to be adapted to meet the unique and sometimes complex requirements of the homeowner.
We also offer portfolio services, which can be a mixture of occupancies and commercial residential risks. So for up to 20 properties, these can be submitted through our online portal and you'll get an instant quote if it's a clean risk. Or for 21 properties or more, you can send a presentation through to the team by emailing portfolios@vasek.co.uk. So looking at the key features of our unoccupied residential policy, when a property is unoccupied and not undergoing any structural works, Vasek provides suitable cover for the policy term. This includes protection against standard perils such as fire, lightning, earthquake, explosion, storm, flood, weight of snow and subsidence, amongst others. What's more, Vasek's policies go further by including accidental damage, theft, malicious damage and escape of water or oil as standard.
We also have our unoccupied residential essentials cover. This product is designed to offer a lower level of cover in return for a reduced premium. It's available via a portal for residential unoccupied, second home and holiday homes, and also landlord risks. When quoting via the Vasek portal, it will automatically offer both the standard and essential options, so no need to amend the quote. Details of cover will then be shown below, so you can easily see the differences. The appropriate quote documents and policy wordings will then be issued depending on the level of cover selected. This policy has become really popular with clients seeking a bit of extra protection beyond a fee level policy, and it appeals to those who are mindful of premiums and are comfortable with reduced coverage and limits. Similar to the Vasek full cover products, the Essentials product allows for renewal, amendments and adjustments to coverage levels at renewal.
Like that. But here's a breakdown of the differences in cover. The main ones to know are the reduction in limits for escape of water, escape of oil, and also trace and access. So they're limited or reduced to £2,500, and also the exclusion of accidental damage cover.
Next, we have our commercial unoccupied product. Our policy caters for a variety of property types, including shops, offices, industrial units, and warehouses. We can also cover risks that are commercial and residential mix. So essentially where a shop has residential accommodation above or an office that has residential accommodation above. We are happy if the property is owner occupied, let, leased, or sublet to tenants.
And again, we don't restrict to flee as standard, and we offer 2 levels of cover. And we also offer the option of short-term policies under this product, along with the flexibility of the occupancy types as well. So should a property become occupied by a trade that's within our acceptance criteria, we can simply process a mid-term adjustment. And again, these can be covered as a single risk, or they can be placed under a portfolio.
Similar to the residential offering, the Vasek commercial product delivers extensive coverage, ensuring peace of mind throughout the policy term. This includes robust protection against core risks like fire, lightning, earthquake, explosions, storm, floods, and weight of snow. But that's not all, because Vasek takes a step further by automatically covering accidental damage, theft, malicious damage, and escape of water or oil. Claims are honoured up to the full building's or contents sum insured with no hidden limitations.
So now let's have a look at a couple of case studies where we have provided our brokers with a solution to their clients' unoccupied risk. The first example is one where we were able to provide cover for higher cost of works. This was a residential flat above a shop with a building sums insured of over £900,000. They were converting the garage and the rear store to form a new one-bedroom flat by adding new external walls to the existing footings, structural alterations, and a partial new slanted roof, along with internal renovations. On this one, we were able to offer our wider level of cover with just the addition of the structural works clause applied, which could then be removed once the team had been advised that the structural works had been completed and only the internal works remained. The second example was for a property located in a village in Wales that had been unoccupied for 5 years. The BSI on this one was £700,000, and the property was located in a high flood risk area. The owners had started refurbishment when they purchased the property, but personal circumstances and a family bereavement halted the works. Then COVID came and government policies made it difficult for works to continue. The builder, who was to carry out the repair work after COVID, then relocated. And not only did they struggle to find a reputable builder, but they also found the building costs had gone up considerably after COVID. Despite this property having been unoccupied for so long, the location, so being in a high flood risk area, and the sums insured, we were able to offer terms on this one as well.
As you're aware, we have operated on our bespoke portal for many years, and it's proven to be very popular. The portal hosts all of our products, including property owners, homeowners, and mid-net worth policies. Over time, it has undergone several necessary updates, and the consistent feedback highlights its user-friendly interface and straightforward question set. The system allows users to create their own individual logins, make payments, and submit new business renewals and MTAs with ease. In February 2024, we launched Unoccupied to expand our reach to brokers who primarily use this platform and with those whom we did not previously trade. During this process, we also recognise the added benefits for our existing partners, enabling them to access quotes and documents more conveniently. And on Unoccupied, we also currently offer our property owners products, which is landlords, unoccupied, holiday homes and second homes, and commercial properties. Additionally, our short-term policies are also available on this platform. One thing to note, though, is for an unoccupied risks, Actress will always quote our highest level of cover. If the client is wanting flee, then this will have to be run via the portal.
So looking at the benefits that Actress present to you and your clients, for us, we found that the benefits have been operational efficiency and reducing the need to rekey via the portal. Referrals are returned via Actress and customer documentation is issued when the quote is accepted. By only using one insurer, this makes underwriting more straightforward, and finally MTAs and renewals can also be processed via Actress. So for many, the journey is much simpler and quicker than using the portal.
We're backed by our team in the Nottingham office. The broker distribution team are committed to supporting our brokers across the UK. Whether it's the face-to-face meetings, team calls, phone or email, we're always here to help. We're happy to provide training sessions on our products and services, and we're keen to discuss how we can help your business grow by helping you with those harder to place risks.
So let's meet our broker distribution team. So headed up by our commercial director, Clark Ross, who's a breakdown of who makes up our team and how we tailor our support depending on your account size. For our large brokers, groups and networks, these accounts are managed by our strategic account directors, Sam Miles and Andy Bird.
And then next we have our business development managers, where me and Shauna sit, each covering a specific region to offer personalised on-the-ground assistance. Finally, for brokers with smaller accounts, we have our broker development executives who provide telephone-based support as they work with you to grow the account with us. This structure ensures that no matter the size of your account, you'll receive the tailored support you need.
So let's talk about the underwriting support we provide. We operate under a delegated authority with our insurer partners, and we have a team of underwriters in the office with varying levels of authority to ensure you get advice from the right person. In addition, we have now opened the phone lines, so a call can be directed to the team so you can speak with the underwriters on referrals or chat through potential quotes. We are responsible for our policy wordings and documentation, and we work closely with our insurer partners to ensure we continue to provide wide levels of cover that Vasek have been known for over the years.
In addition to our underwriting team, we also have our own in-house claims team. They are based in our Nottingham office and they can handle claims up to £50,000 under delegated authority. In addition to this, we have our own team of loss adjusters that work closely with the claims team and are able to authorise claims up to £25,000. We feel this will provide a much smoother journey for the end customer and allow acceptable claims to be handled much quicker.
So that's an overview of our products and services. And as we're now almost at the end of today's session, let's just quickly recap on what we hope you gained from the webinar. So first, you'll have a clearer understanding of Vasek Insurance, who we are and what we do. We've discussed the importance of unoccupied property insurance, highlighting the risk it helps to mitigate. And you've also gained detailed knowledge of our unoccupied property products, giving you a better understanding of what we offer.
We've covered routes to market, ensuring you know how to access all of Vasek's products effectively. You've been introduced to our broker distribution team with key contacts and an overview of how they can support you. We've also highlighted the underwriting support available to you, ensuring you have the tools and guidance needed. And finally, you now have an understanding of our claims handling, showcasing how Vasek manages claims effectively to support both you and your clients. So before we open up the floor to any questions, we did have a few sent to us prior to the webinar. And the first one was regarding excesses for unoccupied policies. So across all of Vasek's products, the escape of water is £500 excess, subsidence is £1,000, and then the standard excess for unoccupied residential is £100, it's £500 for unoccupied commercial, and it's £350 for the residential essentials cover.
So next one, do we have to cancel an unoccupied property policy and reset up another one if the occupancy changes mid-term? So if it's going from property owners to property owners, then yes. So I'm just trying to make yes. So basically, if it's an unoccupied property and then it's going to tenanted, then you wouldn't have to cancel it. We can just do that midterm adjustment. But if it's going from property owners to home high net worth or home policy, then you would have to cancel it and set up a new one. But we don't charge cancellation fees.
And the final question that came through was is there any return on the short-term policies? There is no pro rata return on the short-term policy. There is, however, on the 12 months.
So now I'd like to open the floor for the last 10 minutes or so for a Q&A session. So if anyone has any questions, please pop them in the comment box and we'll do our best to answer them. Anyone who can't answer, we'll get back to you on. I might say a cut.
Thanks, Paul. So yeah, what phone number can you reach the quote team on? If you call our main landline, which is 0115 950 5052. We'll communicate that out after this as well. There is the option, I believe it's option 1, and you'll get straight through to a handler who can deal with that referral there.
So will residential policies be coming to Actress anytime soon or staying on the portal? So this is a question that we are often asked. There's no immediate plans for that, but I think the demand is definitely there. But at the moment, there's no immediate plans for that, just because our residential tends to be more on the non-standard side. So I'm not sure how much of a fit that would be for Actress, but it is definitely something that's in consideration.
Do you cover a few about listed properties? Listed properties is coming back imminently, and that will be communicated accordingly. It will be live on Actress and the portal as well, so we'll let you know when that's live on both systems. What's the largest sum insured you can underwrite? It's the largest we can go to is 3 million. However, at new business, it will be 2.5 million, just for that longevity of the policy and the index linking side of things. So we say 2 million at new business, but the most we'll hold is up to 3. And that's for residential. It's 2 million for commercial.
Do you offer policies for when they need to be in trust? Yeah, we can cover these sorts of properties. I know that we've got a number on our books. Obviously, just be clear and concise when submitting the details through, and the underwriting team can have a look at that. But we do have a number of those types of properties, and those that are under deputyship as well.
Unoccupied holiday homes in Scotland, yes. Yeah, we can cover them, no problem. There's quite a few coming through here now. Do you quote for London properties? Again, yeah, no problem at all. This is subject to acceptance criteria, like in Scotland. Yeah, so Actress and Occupy, can you repeat what you said? Quote based on full perils rather than fleet as standard. Yeah, that's correct. So when you do quote an unoccupied policy on or via the Actress platform, the VASEC quote would be for the full perils. If you do require the fleet perils option, it would then have to be quoted via the VASEC portal. It's something we are working on, and it was something that will be communicated once it's live. But as it stands at the moment, it's full perils only via the Actress system. Yeah, 2.5 million for new business. Is there an age limit for policy holding property owners? No.
Not under the unoccupied.
No.
Under the home there is, and again that is something that quite a few people have picked up in the chat today. But under the property owners, we don't have an age limit for the policy holder.
Are you happy to quote for properties with basements? Yeah, on face value, yes. And obviously, if you put all that detail within the quote, we can review it accordingly.
Okay, what's your maximum time a property can be unoccupied for? As most of our panel cap at 3 years for new business. So if it's been unoccupied for a length of time prior to coming to us, I think typically 3 years is where we're comfortable, but you know, depending on the circumstances, the reason for an occupancy and the intentions for the property, like one of the examples, we were able to pick one up that had been unoccupied for 5 years. But again, once we've actually got it on cover, we don't, you know, we don't say that we'll only cover it for 3 years, etc. You know, as long as the client has complied with the terms and conditions, etc., then we don't say that we'll only cover it for a certain length of time before it has to come off cover with us.
Do you cover clients living abroad? Yes and no. There's certain areas, i.e. the EU, that we can't. We can look at British nationals living in America.
Yeah.
And the same in Australia, but not if they're American citizens or Australian citizens, for example. The best thing to do is probably, if you're, you know, if there's any areas that you need clarifying with regards to that, just reach out to your BDM, and they'll be able to confirm. It does change quite often at times, to be honest, but ordinarily what we'd say is EU is no, which is where we do see quite a lot of the call for.
We've also got a live chat facility as well, so you can contact the team in the Nottingham office, you know, pose that question to them as well, and they'll be able to help as well.
And why do you go just no to long policyholders that live outside the UK? It's simply due to the licensing and the binder. It's purely down to that, to be honest, and that consistently changes. So it's something that we are keeping an eye on, and like I say, we will communicate that as and when we can. So we've got a question here. If we have an unoccupied property to go on cover, but the client will be moving into the property after the works, will we have to cancel the policy or do an MTA? So if it's going from what we class as a property owner's occupancy to another property owner's occupancy, i.e. holiday home or a landlord risk, then yes, it's a simple MTA. We can flick it over. If it's going from what we class as a property owner's unoccupied to a personal lines, i.e. home or mid to high net worth, unfortunately that policy would have to be cancelled and re-quoted via that relevant option on the portal, but there obviously would be no cancellation fee for that. Do you cover clients living in Hong Kong? At the moment, no. And I say at the moment, we previously did, but that got restricted a couple of months back now. But we are, like I say, we're keeping tabs on that.
That's 3 years on.
One time we've covered that.
Yeah, so I couldn't see cover for underground services in the summaries. Is this covered by accidental damage? So there is cover for underground services. I think it's tracing access and underground services, which is noted as an additional cover in the wordings.
You one.
In property. Oh, not 100%. So if it's the executors and probate is granted, can an MTA be done or on the policy? Yeah, because it's new ownership. So yeah, they would have to get that change. Well, set a new policy up under the new ownership.
Yeah, we'll get back to on some of these. Is minimum security required? If we say so at quote stage, then yes. Ordinarily, it's all external doors and windows having their own key locking device. If there is no windows, that's professionally boarded. Likewise for doors. We could stipulate that there's a minimum security, which is 5 lever mortise, deadlocks, etc. But that would be stipulated at the quote stage. Like I say, ordinarily, it's all all external doors and windows having their own key locking device.
When using actress, you provide enhanced cover on unoccupied risk. Is flea a lot cheaper? Worth is going onto your portal for? Yeah, so there is substantial reduction. Well, it's a much lower premium, obviously, because they are on the restricted perils basis. So if you do have a client that isn't necessarily wanting, the full bells, whistles, the full level of cover, then yeah, I'll definitely say it's worth going onto the portal just to see how the covers compare. And if you go onto the portal, it will also bring up the essentials covers as well. So in effect, you'll be getting 3 levels of cover quoted for. So looking through the questions, we think we've answered the majority of them, but those that we haven't, we will get back to you on. But I just wanted to thank you all again for joining us today for the first of our Lunch and Learn sessions, and we hope that you have found it useful. The recording of the webinar will be sent to you once the session has ended, and there'll be more Lunch and Learn sessions on our different products taking place throughout the year, so do keep an eye out for them.
So we know unoccupied properties are really hard to place at times, so we work hard to make securing cover as easy as possible by providing a variety of ways to contact us, such as by email, phone, or via the website live chat facility. However, if you'd like to request a meeting with any of the BDMs or BDEs or strategic account directors, or require any further information following this webinar, then please email contact@vasek.co.uk.